What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. So I'm just on a vacuum test, and since it's AC season, I figured we just talk more about AC maintenance tips and the importance of the cooling system and the radiator working properly. So on older cars, it was really simple: thermostat, radiator, maybe a heater control valve, maybe a thermo switch for some vacuum controls, a mechanical fan or a clutch fan. Pretty much those days are gone for most vehicles. They all have multiple fans, thermosensors, pulse width modulated fans, low speed, mid speed, high speeds, all controlled by the computer. So you want to make sure that your fans are working properly, and I know it's difficult without a scan tour experience, especially on newer vehicles. But most importantly is you want to make sure the coolant reservoir and the radiator are full, because if the engine temperature is running 10 or 20 degrees hotter, it's transferring that heat into the condenser, which is making the condenser run hotter and then making the efficiency of the condenser fall short. And you don't ever want to check a cooling system when it's hot, and there's many different variations in design. On the Subaru, it's simple like this. This is the washer fluid, right? And then you're going to have another one that says coolant on it. Some are, like you see, labeled in yellow for caution or easily identified areas. So this vehicle, upon inspection, was at the very bottom of the coolant bottle, so I did fill that up, so there's at least 3 inches of coolant and the hose is submerged in it. And I said, well, let me open the radiator and make sure that the radiator is full. And if you see I'm squeezing the hose, that means the coolant is all the way to the tippy top. You can't fit any more in there, which is a good thing. Anything excessive in the radiator, when it expands, it will go into the expansion tank. But if the radiator doesn't have its thermoconductor in there, which is coolant, or some people use water in the areas of the world where it does not get below freezing, or it never gets cold, it's completely fine to use water or distilled water. It's the most efficient way to heat exchange. But other people are using coolant or antifreeze. So if your radiator has issues, if it's matted, if it's missing its cooling fins, the fans aren't working, you're just deteriorating the efficiency of your air conditioner and your heating and your HVAC system. So we had a Honda CR-V in here. The AC condenser was so matted that it was basically blocking the airflow to the radiator. And they were here for a cooling system problem. And I'm like, well, yeah. They said, well, we can't afford to fix the AC system completely. And we said, okay, well, we got to put an AC condenser in it, and we don't have a choice. It's blocking the airflow. But yeah, so things like that. So if the AC condenser is matted and has leaves and bugs and stuff in there, sometimes you can clean them and don't get too aggressive with them, because they're very fragile. And if the aluminum fins are all matted and decayed away, it's not efficient anymore. It's time for replacement. So just a couple tips. So if the AC condenser, which is in the front of the radiator in most vehicles, is clogged with leaves and dirt, you definitely want to try and clean it off. It is very difficult to do. Even if it is clean, it does have dirt and dust debris on it that does affect how the aluminum dissipates the heat. You can wash it off with a hose. If it's matted and decayed away and rotten, it's time for replacement. Even though the air still works, it could work better or more efficiently. And then the fans actually have to work. The thermostat has to work. A lot goes into air conditioning work. On today's cars, the old ones are fairly simple. But that's your tech tip. Thanks for watching.